One bright morning, a young shepherd boy was sent to watch over his family's sheep on a quiet green hill near a peaceful village. Every day was almost the same. The sheep quietly grazed in the fields, while the boy watched them from sunrise until evening. At first, he enjoyed spending time outdoors. He watched birds fly across the sky, listened to the wind blowing through the trees, and played with his shepherd's stick. But after many days, he became bored. So there has to be something more exciting than this, he thought. As he looked down at the busy village, a mischievous idea came into his mind. He stood on a large rock, took a deep breath, and shouted as loudly as he could, "Wolf! Wolf! A wolf is attacking my sheep." Hearing his desperate cries, the villagers immediately stopped their work. The farmers dropped their tools, and the villagers abandoned their work. Everyone hurried up the hill, carrying sticks and anything they could use to scare the wolf away. But when they reached the top, there was no wolf. The sheep were peacefully eating grass. The boy burst into laughter. "You should have seen your faces," he laughed. "I was only joking." The villagers looked at one another. Some were angry, others were disappointed. One old man quietly said, "Making people afraid for your own amusement is never a good idea." The villagers slowly returned to the village, shaking their heads. The next day, the boy felt bored once again. He remembered how everyone had rushed to help him. Thinking it was funny, he decided to play the same trick again. Once more he shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! Please help!" The villagers rushed back up the hill. Their hearts were racing. But once again, there was no wolf. The boy laughed even harder than before. This time, the villagers were upset. One farmer said, "You wasted our time again." Another replied, "How can we trust someone who lies for fun?" Before leaving, the old man looked at the boy and said, "Remember, if you keep lying, people may not believe you when you finally tell the truth." The boy simply smiled. He thought they were overreacting. After all, it was only a harmless joke, or so he believed. A few days later, as the sheep quietly grazed near the edge of the forest, something moved behind the bushes. The bird suddenly flew away. The sheep became nervous. Then, a large gray wolf slowly stepped out of the forest. Its eyes were fixed on the frightened flock. The boy froze. His heart began to pound. This time the danger was real. He grabbed his stick and screamed with all his strength, "Wolf, wolf, please help! It's really here." Again and again he cried, "Please, somebody help me." His voice echoed across the hills. Down in the village, everyone heard him, but no one came. The villagers looked at each other and sadly said, "It's just another one of his tricks." Believing he was lying again, they stayed where they were. The boy shouted until his voice became weak, but it was too late. The wolf attacked the frightened sheep, while the helpless boy watched in fear. By the time a few villagers finally climbed the hill, the wolf had already disappeared. The boy sat quietly with tears in his eyes. He had learned a lesson he would never forget. The old man gently placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Trust is easy to lose, but very hard to earn back." The boy lowered his head. From that day on, he never lied again. He understood that honesty is far more valuable than a moment of laughter. In life, if you tell lies again and again, people won't believe you even when you're telling the truth. Always be honest, because trust takes years to build, but only moments to destroy.